The Prime Minister is holding urgent talks with his ministers and department heads to tackle growing supply concerns right across the country. Georgia Simpson joins us live now from the Gold Coast. Georgia, we saw a meeting a bit earlier today with industry representatives. Everyone's obviously getting together to try and figure out how to get through these next few weeks.
Yeah, Ash, that's right. The federal government has met with critical industry stakeholders over the past 24 hours as staff shortages due to the Omicron variant threaten to cripple the economy. A meeting is underway right now with the Prime Minister to discuss the growing supply chain issues right across the country. He says his government is trying hard to find a solution, but is also asking people for some patience.
With so many cases appearing every day, and that expected to continue until its peak, this will have an obvious impact right across our supply chains. Now, that's to be expected with a serious escalation in the cases that we've seen. And that will, of course, have impacts, and it's important that we continue to problem solve right across all of these areas, be it in transport, healthcare, aged care, as we've already been doing. But, of course, we require a fair bit of patience through all this process as well. So the goal is to get as many people as safely at work in these critical sectors that keep Australia moving as possible.
One of the ideas that is being discussed is using elderly or retired and unemployed Australians to help fill in the gaps currently faced by the skills labour workforce. This was actually an idea suggested by the acting Small Business Minister, Anne Ruston.
Many older Australians, I'm sure, would be happy to do a few extra hours work to help out. Anybody who is currently on unemployment benefits who are able to work, we'd be really keen for them to undertake some really active investigation about how they could help out with these workforce shortages as well.
When National Cabinet meets tomorrow, the Prime Minister will be looking for states and territories to adopt a nationwide set of rules that would see more workers let out of quarantine early. Food distributors are also calling for quarantine rules to be scrapped because at the moment these rules force people into quarantine if they are in the same household. But industry and experts warn that a lack of rapid antigen tests and current restrictions in place could potentially undermine this agreement.
The impact is really on the restrictions that have been put in place by different states, different restrictions for different states around when workers are able to get back to work, how long they need to be off, the access to rapid antigen testing and the like. So all of these issues have come up and they are real problems for business at the moment as we try to ramp up into the new year.
Ordinary Australians right around the country helping their fellow Australians out, and it's being undermined by a Prime Minister planning failing to plan and therefore planning to fail.
Ash, we're seeing supermarket shelves right across the country stripped bare because of these supply chain issues, and as a result, supermarket giant Coles has reimposed buy limits for things like toilet paper, essential medicines and meat products. And while that is obviously a short-term solution, it is hoped that something more long-term comes out of these meetings today with the Prime Minister. Ash.